Hello everyone, welcome back to another cosplay transformation. Rocio here with Rocio Jimenez Cosplay. Today we'll be cosplaying as Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas because I'm going to be dressing up as her for Hill Country Comicon. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to go ahead and put up my hair in braids as I always do to go ahead and put on my wig cap. And I'm going to actually be using a lace front wig today, so I want to make sure that my hair is actually fully pulled back because I am going to be using glue and the whole shebang. Last time I got glue in my hair, it was not fun for me, so I do make sure that I tuck in all of my hair in very well. I just want to tell you all the dress is from the Disney dress shop. That's literally what it's called. It is a expensive dress and I do end up getting some face paint on it later in the video, which I was very sad about. These contact lenses, I actually end up taking them off later on because they actually stopped me from seeing even more than what they're supposed to be doing. I think it's the color of them, so ignore the contacts. If you have brown eyes, I would just stick with the brown eyes because Sally doesn't really have color in her eyes. So yeah, I did prime my face and now I'm going to be using white face paint because I am using the Myron light blue face paint, but my outfit was kind of wonky. I ended up just using a long light bluish green shirt and I ended up drawing on the stitches myself with a Sharpie. So I kind of tried to match it as best as I could. The matching didn't go too well, but this was a very last minute cosplay. I would say this was more of a closet cosplay because this was all stuff that I already owned, but it looked really well in the photos. If you look at my Instagram photos, you'll see that I did a really good job, and I got asked for so many pictures at this convention. It was pretty insane. I was in my booth and people would tell me, "You're the best Sally cosplay I have ever seen," and people constantly just would notice me immediately and want to get pictures with me right away. So it was really awesome. I am using just a face paint sponge and just a little bit of water. I always don't recommend using a bunch of water. I always recommend using face paint sponges as well and just trying to squeeze out as much as you can so you don't have too much excess on your sponge. I am going a little bit fast because I did end up waking 40 minutes late on this day. Even though I said I was gonna wake up early, I was exhausted. I was a vendor, so the day before I was actually setting up at Hill Country Comicon for 4 hours, so it was pretty exhausting overall, so just beware of that. But yeah, for a last minute closet cosplay, I feel like I did a really good job. The dress is very expensive, but I found it online at I'm part of this Facebook group. I found it on that, and then I got a bunch of my dresses that are really expensive through eBay, super sale pretty much. This is where I noticed that I ended up getting face paint splotches all over my shirt, on my dress, and everywhere. I was very upset with myself. I also decided to go ahead and use some black face paint. This is my Snazaroo face paint, but honestly, I think this wasn't a big thought of mine. I kind of just started sketching out where her scars are. I do have a picture pulled up of Sally on my iPad in front of me that I'm looking at. And if you know me as a cosplayer, makeup accuracy is one of my biggest things that I like to focus on. So I try my very best. I would say outfits I'm not always on point with, but makeup I always try my very best to be very on point with. I love makeup. I've been doing makeup kind of stuff for a really long time, so I really try to look at how she has her stitching and everything. Some areas that I can't see, I just kind of guesstimate. But I decided to just go in with my eyeliner in the end because I knew this would last way longer, and the face paint kind of looked very messy on top of the blue face paint. As you can see, I'm using crisscrosses and lines all over. I also went ahead and used some red matte lipstick since I am going to be wearing this all day for about 10 hours, maybe even more. So it did help that I had some matte lipstick. I want to go ahead and use very big, bold, dramatic eyelashes, so I went with glue eyelashes. I usually don't wear these often because they're very heavy and actually stop me from being able to see perfectly as well. I did go ahead and use some heavy duty glue on these, and that is the final look right there. I look super cute on the makeup. The face paint doesn't match exactly, but it came out really well, and the lace front just needed to brush it out, and we're going to be adding the glue. This glue is very dangerous, so you got to be very careful to not get it on your like hair, like your real hair, because it hurts to take it off. It took me a little bit, but I finally was able to kind of put on that wig as best as possible. I did have to keep going to my bathroom to wash my hands, but after the wig's on, that's pretty much it. I hope y'all enjoyed this cosplay transformation, and I do appreciate y'all for coming back and watching my videos even when I take 2 weeks off. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're going to go ahead and head over to the final transformation so y'all can see the entire outfit together. Make sure to check out my Instagram to see photos of me at the con in the Sally cosplay and just overall finished and dolled up, because it was so much fun to do. Alright, let's go ahead and head over to that cosplay transformation now that I'm putting my shoes on and my socks.